Everybody, Rich Lang here with PrepU, basically out here in the backyard. Today's video, if you've owned a home or had to work outside a cottage or whatever like that, a lot of the stuff I'm going to talk about, you know this is what you got to do. But there's a lot of people that, especially a couple on our block have moved from condos or townhomes in the city and moved out here to the suburbs, and don't really know what they need to do for the winter because they've never had to. And new homeowners, no matter what age you are, can always use a little help, and that's what this video is about, preparing for the winter. We're going to talk about the home, talk about the cars and stuff like that. And I may miss a few things. If I do, please let me know, comment, so other people can, you can fill in the gaps for me, on stuff like that. But I mean, a lot of the things you're going to look at is stuff that's, it's in your garage that needs to come into the basement so it doesn't freeze. A lot of that is like I like to bring in like water-based paints. Not so much the spray cans, because I haven't had a problem with leaving spray cans out in the garage, and we're outside Chicago and it gets pretty cold here in the winter. I haven't had a problem with that. You've got like hoses and nozzles and outside faucets that you need to drain, coil and store the hoses. You've got the outside petcocks, or where your water comes out, whatever you want to call them. You need to, if you don't have a quarter turn inside the home, which we have about 2 foot inside of each of our outside water petcocks or spouts or faucets, there's a quarter turn shut off, so we can shut those off and then drain the water from outside that 2 foot in, so we never have to worry about freezing. Now my son doesn't have that, and they actually put a styrofoam cover over it, when you can get those at any hardware store, which is really good. We'll kind of walk around and talk about this and show you this stuff, but you want to, I want to talk about it just a little bit. Outside stuff, maybe you want to put it in the garage, maybe you want to cover it. I'll show you what we've done. Protect plants for the winter, rose bushes especially. We also have a gardenia plant that I actually put in the garden for the winter. We're going to stuff it with dried leaves and cover it with burlap and see how it does. I don't know. I'll let you know in the spring how that worked out. Most homes have gutters and downspouts. You also have some underground. You want to make sure that your downspouts are taken care of. For the fall, you want to cover the downspouts with those little mesh cups, and then when the leaves are gone, you want to pull those out, because all it's going to do is then freeze and cause backup and stuff like that. Real quick, something to think about. I think it's, no, it's coming up. We'll get to that. Well, let's talk about it now. Shovel and salt. Do you know where your shovels are? Do you have salt? Do you have pets? Also, you want to take a look at the salt. You might as well get the salt that is safe for your roof, especially if you have valleys. I've known guys that take salt that's safe for roofing materials and stuff it in an old sock, and then they'll throw that up into the valley. So then when the snow melts, it goes through that sock, comes down the valley and goes into the gutters, and then goes into the downspouts, and then goes into the underground, and it keeps it nice and clean. What I've done a lot too is just from the ground, when you notice that the snow is building up into ice, just take handfuls of that roof approved salt and just throw it up, and it melts, and it again cleans out the gutters, thaws out the downspouts, and takes care of the underground at the same time. So watch the salt that you get. Just because it's cheap is not always good. Some isn't good for concrete. Definitely some isn't good for pets and kids. And then some isn't good for your roof. So find the right kind of stuff, find it early. I guess we're all supposed to have a pretty nasty winter, except for you people that are in the south. Hopefully you have a real nice warm winter this year. Do you have storm windows? You know where they're at? Get them out, get them clean, get them put on right now. AC cover, I've got an AC cover. We have an AC over here. I'll show you the cover that we've got for it, and go over that with you. Vehicles, we're going to go over some vehicle stuff. Don't forget that vehicles includes cars, trucks, motorcycles, ATVs, boats, motorhomes, and campers. When's the last time you cleaned out your camper? When's the last time you looked at your motorhome to make sure everything was out of the refrigerator, make sure all your lines are free and clear? Boats, I remember we used to winterize our own boats up in Michigan, get the water out of them, squirt the grease through so they don't freeze, and then cover them up and nice and tight so the mice and chipmunks and stuff like that don't get in them. Nowadays you can just take them to some of these boat yards and they'll shrink wrap them for you. I don't know how much that costs, but obviously you want to get the stuff out of them before, unless you're storing yours indoors. Some people store them indoors, some don't. You know, when I'm thinking about ATVs and stuff, don't forget about your lawnmowers and anything that takes gas. Just kind of, sorry, I was looking at Shiloh. I was digging through some stuff that we just put away for the winter. There you go. And then don't forget your vehicle kit. You want to upgrade that to the winter kit. Basically what that's going to be is like, you know, getting your canned water out of your car kit, bring it inside the house, and then, you know, if you're just around town, you don't really need the water in there, but if you're going to go on a trip, make sure you put it back. So put it in a location that you're going to notice it. Holidays are coming up. A lot of people take trips and stuff like that. It's a great time to check your dated items, your medical stuff, food that you have in the car and stuff like that. Check the dates, your over-the-counter medication, pain medicine, and stuff like that you have in your car. Check your dates on all that stuff. Your vehicle, get an oil change, get it done now. Windshield wipers, change from the winter wipers. Windshield fluid, is your fluid set for the cold weather? Hopefully. Check the air in your spare tire. Now's a good time to do that. And check your glove box. Make sure your glove box has your maps, your insurance, your registration, you know, a little bit of cash in there like we've talked about, and any other miscellaneous items that you want to carry. That's where we keep one of our bags of the 5 items you want to carry. And that's a video. If you want to go back and take a look at that video, it's really good. Depending on the part of the country you are, you might change to snow tires. You might have chains. Are your chains all set? Are they rusty? Will they go on your tires correctly? Trucks, you know, a lot of trucks carry chains and put them on their tires to get over through the mountain passes and stuff. You might want to look at that. It was weird when I was up in the UP, and I don't know if this is a gimmick, but it sure seemed to work. A buddy of mine had a little Corolla, and this is back in the 70s, but took it to a gas station, and they actually sliced the tire, little slices all the way around the tire. So when the tire went down, it opened up and gave him more grip. I don't know if it worked, but everybody seemed to do it up there. That was up in the UP, up in Houghton Hancock area. Now that was winter. That was definitely winter. A couple other tips. Don't forget get your canned water out of your car. We already talked about that. Make sure you have your winter clothes and boots in the vehicle, because if you got to hoof it, you sure don't want to hoof it in your loafers or heels or anything like that, or even gym shoes that you went to the gym with. Make sure you got blankets, pillows in there, some candles, stuff like that. And remember, fuel, no less than a half a tank at any time, all right? Because you don't want any water. Gasoline all has water in it. It's inevitable. It just leaks into the tanks and stuff like that, and you're going to get it in your car. It burns. It'll burn it out, but in the winter when you don't have a lot there, it could freeze your lines. Then you're stuck. All right, just going to go over the winter vehicle survival kit. That's in one of the list videos. You can find that under list videos, under the playlist. Foldable shovel, really good to have. Small axe or hatchet. Sand, now's the time to put the sand back in the car or the truck, whether it's a tube for weight or whatever. Blanket and pillow is always good to have. A large candle, and it's for light and for heat. Also, you might want to have a few fire-making supplies in there, more than one type, and then your extra clothes or boots, socks, thermal underwear, pants, shirt or sweatshirt, winter hat, because you're not always going to have a hat with you. I love this hat, nice and warm. You want to have some energy bars or chocolate in there. Also glasses, extra glasses, sunglasses, because especially in the winter after it snows, and the sun comes out, you can basically go snow blind. You can't see a thing when it's nice and bright, especially with the low angle of the sun. Flashlight with extra batteries, multi-tool, your first aid kit. Double check your first aid kit. Check the dates on that. It's really kind of important. Your emergency vehicle repair kit. Screwdrivers and clippers and pliers and hammer and whatever else you need, duct tape and stuff like that you might need. Cash, make sure you got cash in the glove box, again, small denominations. You want to have some personal hygiene supplies in there, just to have. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know where you're going, especially if you're going long distance. If you travel a lot for work, have some hygiene items in there, along with the over-the-counter medication, maps. You should have some maps in your glove box or your carry bag. And I have blankets and pillows listed twice, so it must have been really important when I did that. But let's take a walk around. I'll show you what's going on here as far as us getting ready for winter. I hope this works out. I don't know. But anyhow, you can see the yard is pretty much cleaned up. The pond down here, we still have the filter in there, but it's just pumping straight through. I wanted to get it so it was set. The board is for shelter or cover for the fish, for predators and stuff like that. Over here you can see we've partially tarped some of our furniture, and we've got another set of furniture we're going to tarp. There is our air conditioner, and yes, I know the hose is still over there, but I have one more clean out of the fish filter, and I need that water. And over here we've got, there's your tarp, the tarp that we're going to do the rest of the clothes. There's your cover for the air conditioner. You can see also we've gotten a lot of the vegetation out of here, and it is taken care of, because it's a lot easier to do leaves when you don't have all the vegetation here. There's a good picture of the fish down there. They're happy. Filter was taken care of. If you have a pond, you want to have one of these. This is your netting to keep the leaves out of your pond. And you can see our trees are still full of leaves, haven't even changed colors yet. If you have rose bushes, especially really nice rose bushes like we do, you want to have some rose bush covers. There's the rose bushes right there. It'll be covered. As you can see, we have an underground sprinkling system, so that's been pulled. We also used the air compressor, and we basically put together a nice little valve system so that we can blow out all the stuff that's in all the water out of the line, and just use the air compressor. Out here in the yard, basically put everything away except for a couple of chairs and the fire pits out here, and everything else is put away and fertilized. Blueberry bushes are fertilized, everything. The grass is fertilized, and we're pretty set there. So let's take a walk over here, and we can go to the car real quick, and I'll show you what's going on with that. But I left it like this just so you could see what we're doing as far as the car. Let me get it unlocked here. And what we're gonna do in the back of our car, we have, like I said, we have the different bags. We have, this is the box that has, most of the good stuff in it. This is the bag that there's extra clothes. There's actually boots in here, thermal underwear, and some extra stuff. But this is the bag here that has, stuff that you're gonna need, like food. We've checked the dates on the food. You've got extra mask, gloves, headlamp, a list of what's in there. There's the 5 things that you always carry. We are now going to pull the water. Okay, so there's the water. It's coming out of the kit right now. We will leave the rest of the stuff in there, like foldable shovel, some first aid stuff. Extra garbage bags are really always nice. Paracord, a must. First aid, this is basically a trauma kit, is all in there. So that's good to go. Winter gloves, hat is already in here. Snow brush, yep, snow brush is good to go. So that's the car. Pretty much good to go. Up front, we've got some stuff in the glove box, and that's the maps. And another bag of the 5 things you should always carry is in there also. So that's really about it, and you'll be set for the winter. I'm sure there's a few things I've forgotten, and but what the heck. Hope you all have a good winter. Hope everything goes too well and you don't have a lot of snow. So Rich Lang from Prep U, I'm going to say goodbye. Take care, and don't forget to prep. All right.